Okay. Have you been using Zoom's new feature to transcribe your sessions? If you have, Zoom has a great new integration that will let you transcribe your conversations. Isn't that a cool thing? It's called Otter, Ott.ai. And if you've used it, there's some good things, there's some bad things. I've learned a lot about how to get a better recording and a better transcript by using Otter, and I'll share my best tips with you in this video. Hi, I'm Dan Janal. I'm a book strategist, and I can help you. Hi, I'm Dan Janal. I'm a book strategist. Hi, I'm Dan Janal. I'm a book strategist, and no matter where you are in the book writing process, I can help you as your ghostwriter, book coach, developmental editor, or I can recommend one of my trusted colleagues to help you. Now, let's get started. Okay, so here's the deal. A few months ago, Zoom worked out a deal with Otter.ai. I'm going to call it Otter from now on. Okay, basically, you can integrate Otter into Zoom so it will automatically start recording and transcribing all of your Zoom calls. All of those files will be held in the Otter.ai website for you to edit in the future. This is kind of cool because you can download the file and also download the audio, which is great. So you can have that forever. So it's a really, really good idea. But like all good ideas, there is some issues that you might need to deal with. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So here's the first thing you do. Go to Otter and locate your file. Second, give it a unique file name, because right now it'll probably say something like your meeting on such date and time. That's okay, but chances are you're gonna have a lot of meetings with a lot of different clients on a lot of different dates, and you need a system to keep it all straight. What I do is I give it my client's name, like Jill Client, and the date and the session number. In my book coaching sessions, I generally have 16 meetings with clients over a 4-month period, 1 a week. So I can label them session 1, session 2, session 3, and also the date. So I know exactly when things are going on. That helps me. I hope that helps you. You can use whatever system you like, but simply create your own file name so you can track it more easily in the future. Next, match the speakers to the script. This is a very simple process. You basically open up a dialog box and tell Otter who speaker number 1 is and who speaker number 2 is, speaker number 3, speaker number 4, whatever. And Otter will remember this for the future. So the next time you meet with Jill Client, it will remember that Jill is speaker number 2 and you are speaker number 1, and will automatically insert your names in the appropriate places. On the first time you do this, however, it will take a few minutes. So set it up, grab a cup of coffee, come back a few minutes later, and start editing. Okay, at this point, I like to export the file to Word so I can use Word's superior editing features. So go to the dialog box that lets you export the file. It lets you export it as a TXT file or a docx file. Use the docx file. You can also download the MP3 file. For now, switch that off. If you don't, it will create a zip file that has both of those files, which is good for the future, but for editing, we really don't need that right now. Okay, so download the file and then load it into Word. Cool, okay, pretty simple so far. Okay, let's see. Otter has problems. Let's be real honest here. I don't work for Otter, and Otter would never hire me because there are some serious problems that they have. And I spend a lot of time fixing those problems, and I'm sure you have as well. So let's see how we can make this faster. Number 1, use the search and replace feature to remove all of your uhs and ums and other wordos like just and so and like. What's a wordo, you ask? A wordo is a a measly little word that you really don't need, that people use as placeholders because they can't think of anything else, like, really? And words like that. I call those wordos. I think other people call them wordos. So that's what they are. So we want to remove those wordos. So here's how you do it the right way. The right way is you write the wordo and you put a space in front of the wordo and after the wordo. If you don't, you might remove some legitimate words that include the letters in that wordo. For example, let's say you want to get rid of the word so. Well, so is part of the word some. So if you just had remove all SOs, you would remove them from the word some and you'd get me, so that's not good. So remember, put a space before and after the wordo and do that for each of the different wordos that you or your client use regularly. That'll save you a lot of time in editing. Okay, next problem. Otter has a pesky problem of repeating words for no good reason. I hate this. You've probably noticed this as well. At first, I thought I was stuttering or stumbling, and frankly, in some cases, I was. However, Otter duplicates your words for no good reason. I fixed this by using Words Editor. Just go into the spelling checker, and it will alert you to duplicate words. Accept all their recommendations to remove the duplicate word. I don't even bother looking at the script. I just go through the edits quickly and say, accept, 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 which means delete the extra word. Okay, so that's good. Now you're into the deeper editing. Here's where Otter has another problem. Otter has trouble with sentences and commas and periods. This is a fatal flaw. You must read the script carefully to create proper sentences. If you don't, you'll have sentences that run on for many lines instead of stopping for a period. They need to fix this, but until they do, we have to live with it. So do it. Conversely, Otter has a problem of leaving out words like a and an and the, and sometimes it confuses those words a and. So you must read the script carefully or you'll leave out these words, because your brain will look at that script and it will assume the word is there, even though it isn't. That's the problem with editing your own copy. It's very hard to do. You need someone else to look it over as well, but you can do the first pass to at least make it somewhat presentable. Okay, so you're using Words Editor as a first pass to find the errors. Next, use Grammarly as a second pass to find the grammatical errors. I think Word is good for finding typos. It's not really good for finding grammatical constructions that are incorrect. Grammarly sometimes goes overboard in certain areas, so use your common sense, but more often than not, Grammarly will save your butt. It certainly has saved my butt. Next, read the material out loud or use the text-to-speech feature in Word so you can hear the missing words. Now, I know you've probably read the manuscript on your screen, which is good, or you've printed it out, which is even better. That's all good. But also use the text-to-speech or read it out loud yourself, and you will find even more errors. I once ghost wrote a book for a doctor, and I read the manuscript and caught lots of errors and ran it through all these sorts of programs and caught lots of errors. My wife read the manuscript and caught errors that I didn't see because we can't see our own errors. My client read the book and he found more errors. Then his wife read the book and she found more errors. Now, we're getting smaller and smaller numbers of errors in there, but there still were errors. Even though 4 people read it, we thought we'd gotten everything. So I sent the manuscript to our narrator for the audiobook version, and she sent me a page full of errors. And these were generally words that were missing that our brains thought were there. So it's really important to have this ability to read and hear the words out loud to see what is missing. Another proofreading tip in general is to read the manuscript backwards, from last word, next to last word, third to last word. That way you're reading it out of context and you're more likely to find misspellings that way. So that's a general grammatical, or that's a general way of proofreading a document as well. So those are tips that would help you convert your Otter file into a readable, workable file for you to share with your clients, put into books, create blog posts from, and do other things that you want to with your script. I have another video on how to design pages in your book so they look more attractive. Be sure to watch that one so your words will really sing on a page. So your words will really stand out on a page. Be sure to watch that video so you'll be able. Be sure to watch that video so your words will really stand out on a page.